Let me just create a file like this, keywords redeclaration.js. Okay, so now what I'll do here is, let me provide one variable, let's say a equal to 10 like this. Now here what you're saying is, this is a declaration part, let a is a declaration part, and this is the initialization part. 10 you're providing to a, that's the initialization part. And now let us say same variable you're giving the declaration again. Okay, so here let me just mention that let a is declaration. Okay, and then a equal to 10 is initialization. This is initialization, and this is the declaration. Let a is the declaration and a equal to 10 is the initialization. So one thing is that once we declare, you know, the general note is that once we declare a variable, once we declare a variable with some keyword, with some keyword, okay, it is actually not required to declare again. It is actually not required to declare again. Okay, it is actually not required to declare again. See here, we have already declared the variable line number 8 pay. We have already declared a variable with let keyword, and then we are trying to declare again. Let's say that I'm adding that let again. Then I'll provide like a equal to, you can provide any value like 10 or 20 or anything. Let's say 20 only you provide. Okay, now what are you doing here? Okay, let me make it var. Okay, let me start with var. So var a equal to 10, and here again you're declaring like var a equal to 20. Okay, or 10 only for that matter. That is fine. See, but what is the problem here is that you already declared it once. I'm discussing about the keyword here. Once you already declared for the same variable, you already declared, right? And for the same variable, why are you declaring it again? That is the question. Okay, we are not supposed to write like this. But in the case of var, see, instead of this, how we are supposed to write is this. This is the right way of writing. Okay, you did not, for the same variable, once you already declared the var, if you're using the same variable in the next line, you did not declare var. Just proceed further. Okay, like this, you should not declare the keyword again and again for the same variable. If it's a different variable, declare it. If it's the same variable, don't declare. But where I'm declaring it. So this is what? Redeclaration. This is declaration. And the next line, what we are saying is redeclaration. For the same keyword, I'm redeclaring the variable again. Okay, and then let me print it, console.log of a. So it will print the output. So 10 we are able to get the output. So that means, what are we coming to a conclusion? Where redeclaration is allowed. Okay, now same thing, see here, now same thing I'll do it for let. Okay, but I'll use a different variable here, b and b and b here. I'm using a different variable because I already use a variable here. No, use different variable here. Now let me make it let here, let here. Okay, so now observe over here, straight away it is giving the error message. So I'm using a different variable here. See, once I already declared the variable b with let, and now again I'm declaring the variable b with let again. So this time it is giving the error message. Okay, so it is saying that redeclaration is not allowed. Basically, you can hover over it, cannot redeclare a block scoped variable b. So that is the no message it is giving you. You can run this till you will see the error message. Only var value will be printed. Okay, so yeah, so now you are able to see that this is the error message. Identifier b has already been declared. So it will not allow you to enter the value. Okay, sometimes you will not get the output. Just save it and run it. Okay, so you'll be able to see the output. Okay, so it is giving the error message. So make sure that you are not doing this. Okay, so this is for let. Now same thing for const will do it. Okay, let me comment this. How to comment multiple lines of code? Give slash star, then here also give like star slash. // this will comment multiple lines of code. Or if you want to comment like in other way, that is also fine. Just copy this code, control slash. That's it. This also okay. This will comment the multiple lines of code. You want to uncomment it, again // okay. Or this way you can just mention it like /* then // those lines of code will be commented, okay. But yeah, so what did we see so far? Let me declaration is allowed or not, okay. See in where declaration, redeclaration is allowed, redeclaration is allowed. But what about let redeclaration is not allowed, redeclaration is not allowed, okay. Now let us see for const, okay. Const c equal to 10 I will mention, then again let me mention const c equal to 20. I can provide some other value, that's okay. Then let me try to print c. See, you're seeing an error message again. So const also, it says you cannot redeclare once you already declared. This is fine, I can remove this. Now it is working fine, no error message. But if you redeclare for the same variable, again you're declaring means this is declaration and this is redeclaration, right? This part is what? Declaration. For the variable you already declared a keyword, this part is redeclaration. You're trying to redeclare again for the variable. And const में क्या होता है? So const also redeclaration is not allowed, redeclaration is not allowed, okay. That is the first difference, okay. Declare redeclaration, who is allowing? Only var is allowing. Let and const are not allowing. You are seeing the error message for the case of let and const, which is good, right? So redeclaration, usually you're not supposed to redeclare the values, but this guy var is allowing, okay. No issues, you can redeclare like that. That is a, now that will affect your performance of the script, okay. So not recommended, that don't do this, okay. So avoid using var. That's why we see var is actually not so strict. That's why we don't use var, okay. It's a old keyword as well in JavaScript. So let and const are good comparatively. Okay, now that is about the redeclaration. Now coming to reinitialization. Okay, I can comment this again, control slash reinitialization. I can do it here, or I can create one more file. Keyword reinitialization. Reinitialization.js. Okay, so reinitialization. Now let me use var keyword again. Var a equal to 10. This time not redeclaring it. See, like this I'll not declare. Okay. So this time I'll just provide the value like a equal to 20. So this part is the initialization. Like a equal to 10, what you're seeing, no, this is what? This is initialization. Okay, and if you provide like a equal to 20 in the next line, that will be what? That will be reinitialization. Reinitialization. Okay, so now I'm providing reinitialization. I'm not doing declaration, redeclaration. Yeah, declaration is done here. Like where if you're declaring, that's enough. Declaration is done. Redeclaration I'm not doing like this. I'm not adding var here. I'm not adding var like this here. Okay, so this is what? This is reinitialization. Sorry, this is just initialization, and the next line what you're seeing is reinitialization, and then you can print it console.log of a. See if reinitialization is allowed in the keyword var or not. Reinitialization means providing some new value to the variable. This variable had already 10. I'm providing some new value to the variable. That's it. Then I'll run this. See if you are getting the updated value. Yes, updated value you are getting. That means reinitialization is working. In var reinitialization is allowed because you are able to see the output, no, the latest value. You should always see the latest value. So that variable a is now holding the latest value 20. So reinitialization is allowed. Now similar to that, let me do it for let me use some other variable. Let b equal to 10 only, I'll use it. Then b equal to 20, I'll use it. Or let me give some other value, let's say 50, I'll use it. Okay, 50. and this I'll make it 60. Okay, now let me print it, console.log of p. So first what I've done here, I've done the initialization part, and then in the next line I've done the reinitialization part, correct? And then I'm trying to print, just see if you're getting the latest value or not. 60, just see the last output, see the last output 60. 20 is for the previous output, so last output is 60. That means reinitialization is allowed in the case of let as well. Let me mention that let also reinitialization is allowed in the case of let as well, no issues with it. Okay, now coming to const, let's do it for const c equal to, let me give like 80, then c equal to 90. Okay, some new value I'm providing. So this part is what, first you have done initialization, of course declaration is also done. Okay, and then you're done reinitialization, and in the next line console.log of c. Okay, see, are you getting the output or not? So here you're not getting an error message, but when I run this, you will see a error message. It says that assignment to constant variable. See, here you're not getting an error message, but here you'll see error message assignment to constant variable. It says that that variable c is there. No, that's a constant variable. Const means it's a constant variable. Okay, so once you already declare the variable value for this particular variable, and it is having const keyword, means this value is fixed. This variable c will have only 80. This variable c will have only 80. You cannot add any new value. Not possible. You cannot do reinitialization because it's a constant variable. Now it has become a constant variable now because the keyword what you're using is const. So here const may reinitialization is not allowed. Okay, so same difference I have mentioned here. So in const, see reinitialization where it allowed, let it allowed, const it not allowed. Okay, so const means like in playwright also you'll use const only when you are fixed with that particular variable. That variable you're not changing the value. Only in that case you'll use const. Otherwise you'll not use const. If you are sure that that variable value is fixed, only then use const. Otherwise you'll not use const. Okay, that is one difference. That is about the initialization and reinitialization. Then let me go ahead with keyword hoisting. So hoisting means, first of all, what is hoisting? Hoisting means trying to access the variable value before initialization. Okay, for example, see here, let me write like var a equal to 10, and how are you initializing the variable value? Console.log of a. Like this, you're trying to access the variable value of a, right? So variable value you're trying to access like this, console.log of a. In hoisting, what happens is you will try to access before you have initialized. So here already initialized, no, a equal to 10, and now you print it. It makes sense, absolutely fine. Hoisting is the vice versa of it. Means you will try to access the variable value before initialization like this. This is hoisting. Means first you trying to access, then you're providing the value. Okay. So now it's weird, right? So this is not, ideally we can easily say that how can this happen? How can you print the value before you are even initializing it? Right? Yes, that is right. Hoisting should not be allowed. But in the case of var, let's see if you're getting an error message. See, you're not getting an error message in var. You're getting undefined. But hoisting is completely wrong, guys. It should not give this also. It should give an error message. Okay, see, let me run it again. Save it and run it. You will still see undefined output. Okay, so sometimes, guys, it will not give the right output. Save it and then run it. Okay, so yeah, now undefined I'm getting as output. So I was expecting an error message. It is giving undefined. Undefined means right now it is not defined. In future it will be defined. That is what undefined means. So basically where is allowed in hosting. Why? Because there is no error message. So undefined is giving the output. So we are coming to a conclusion that where is allowed hosting, allowing hosting. Now same thing, let me do it for let me copy the same stuff, okay, and comment the previous stuff, okay, control slash, okay, and here let me declare let, okay, you can provide different variable or same variable, that's fine. I've commented the previous lines now, so I can use the same variable console.log of a, then we'll see if you're getting undefined or you're getting some error message. You're getting an error message, correct? So here you cannot access the value, variable value before it is before it is initialized, right? It's given the same error, cannot access a before initialization. Clearly it is saying that hey, you cannot access variable value before you have initialized it. That is not possible. So where is not allowing hosting, let is not allowing or does not allow hosting, anything is not allowing hosting, okay, it does not allow hosting, let does not allow hosting, where allows hosting, okay, where allows hosting, let will not allow hosting. Now let's do it for const, okay, and here let me declare const and see what will happen here. Now let me run this, okay, so here if they're getting the cannot access a, so let me provide a different variable, let's say c, I'll provide, because a was there for let also, yeah. Now let me run this. Now see, it is saying that cannot access C before initialization. Cannot access C before initialization. That means what? Const also does not allow hosting. Does not. Okay, const also does not allow hosting. Means you cannot access the variable value before you have actually initialized it. Okay, it does not allow. So same thing I've written here. Hosting may only where is allowing. So where is giving the output like undefined. That's what we are saying, it is allowing. It should give the error message, but it is saying that undefined. Undefined means right now it is not defined, in future we will define, like that. That's the meaning of undefined. Then let it is not allowing and const it is not allowing. Fine, no issues. So that is about the hosting, guys. That is what we discussed yesterday's topic, right? I've done a revision of that. In fact, I think someone has a question. Hmm. Yes. uh, Correct. Yeah, makes sense. For testing perspective, you will not have the use case of hosting. Only for the interview perspective you'll learn hosting, but for, yeah, for developers it will be helpful hosting. For us there is no use, but yeah, just know in terms of interview, that's it. Any other questions, guys? Yeah, okay, fine. So that's about hosting. Then let's go ahead with the next one. Okay, what is the next difference? Assigning value initially, is it mandatory to assign the value initially? Okay, we'll see that. Assign value initially, I'm giving the no file name like that only. Assign value initially dot js. what it means is, now let us say that I am providing the declaration first. Control Z. See, here what I've done, I've just declared a variable, and in the next line I'm initializing like var a equal to 10 like that, and then I'm trying to print this particular value. So now the question is, did you assign the value in the first line? Line number 4, did we assign the value? No, right? So we did not assign the value. We just declared it. Okay, so here did not assign value, okay, in first line. I just declared, no, just declaration done. Okay, so here we assign the value. Here we assign the value. Right. Here we assign the value. And then you're trying to access. So is that okay? Yes, it is okay. You're getting the output like 10. That means what? What are we coming to a conclusion? So assigning value initially is not mandatory. Is not mandatory. Okay, why did I say mandatory? Because see, in the previous lines, in the previous example, I was giving like this, right? Where a equal to 10 like this. I'm assigning the value in the first line only, right? Means assigning means initialization only. Initialization, assigning, both are same. Okay, so I was assigning the value in the first line only. But did I do here? No, right? I just declared it first, right? So I just declared it first, and then I initialized it in the next line, and then I printed it. Correct? That's what I did. Now, in the case of where assigning value is not mandatory, so let me mention where assigning value is not mandatory because you're able to see the output. First declare, then you assign the value, then you execute it. So still fine, it works. Now same thing, let me do it for let b, let me declare first, control Z. Okay, then b equal to, let's say 20 I'll provide, then let me try to access on console.log of p. Now let us see in the case of let, again, what did I do? So here did not assign value in first line, just declaration done, and here we assign the value, and now we need to check if we're getting the output or not. Okay, just observe if you're getting the output or not. Yes, you are able to get the output, 20 you are able to get it. That means in the case of let also, okay, let also assigning value initially is not mandatory, is not mandatory, absolutely fine. Okay, so you are able to see the output. So you can do like this also, you can declare it separately, then you initialize the value, then you print it, absolutely fine. You will still get the output, 20 you are able to get it, right? So that is absolutely fine. Now let's do it for const. So const also, I'll try to do the same thing, const c, then in the next line I'll declare like this, c equal to 30, then try to print it. So what I've done in the first line, I did not assign the value in the first line. Okay, and don't worry about the commented line, that will not be taken into account by the compiler when it is running, interpreter when it is running. Okay, so this one, what we did here, we assign the value, and here only you can see the error message. It says that const declaration must be initialized. So it says that, hey, first, whenever using the const keyword, no, first you have to initialize, means first you have to assign the value. You cannot write like this. You cannot, first declare it, then initialize it, then print the value. That cannot happen in the case of const. In the case of var and let, it is okay, that will work. In the case of const, it will not work. You can run this also and see, you will still see the error message. Okay, so did not assign value in first line, just declaration, missing initialization in the const declaration. So you are seeing that error message. Okay, or you not run also, here only you are seeing the error message. Correct. So const, what should I come to a conclusion? Assigning value is what? Mandatory, right? Is mandatory, mandatory, mandatory. So assigning value initially is mandatory. Okay, you need to write like this, const c equal to 30. Now this is okay. Okay, now this is okay. This is how they're expecting. Always write const c equal to 30. Assign the value in the first line. But in the case of var, you first declare it, then initialize it. Okay, doesn't matter. Let also declare it, initialize it, doesn't matter. Okay, so var and let are allowing that way. But ideally, we are always writing like this only. Declaration, initialization, you'll do it always in the same line only. That's what the normal practice is. But we're just seeing the differences. Okay, so is providing the value in the first line mandatory or not? That we are checking. In the case of var and let, assign the value initially is not mandatory, but in the case of const it is mandatory. Okay, that's what I mentioned in the next point. Assigning the value initially, is it mandatory to assign the value initially? In the case of var, not mandatory, it will still give the output. In the case of let, also not mandatory, it will give the output. In the case of const, it is mandatory. Okay, so I have defined that difference. Okay, that is about the next one. Okay, now let's see the last concept. Okay, let me comment this, or honestly that error message will be appearing. Okay, so now let's see the last one. Then keyword levels, I would say. Level scope. Now let me just declare one function. Okay, see here we are trying to understand whether the keyword is at block scope or function scope. And let me write one function like this. This is actually called as function. Okay. And here I'll write some print statement, console.log of good morning, something like this. Okay, some statement I've written, and you want to print this. You just call the test function like this. This is how you write a test function. Okay, and you're able to see the output like good morning. Okay, but what I'll do here is, let me declare this good morning inside a keyword. Let's say let a equal to good morning, like that. And this a I will be declaring a print statement. That's it. So it will still give good morning. Okay, see, this is a function. The function keyword this is, then function name it is, then this is the block of the function. Okay, and then you need to call this particular function with its name. Only if you call that function will get invoked. If you're not calling it, then obviously you cannot run this. Okay, see, run this and you will not see anything, no output, nothing. Okay, so function, though you have declared a function, inside that I've written like let a equal to good morning console.log of a, something like this. But this will get invoked, this will be printed only if you call this particular function name. Okay, so like this I'm calling it. You need to call that particular function with its name. Now whatever is there in the function, right, that will get executed. In this block, whatever is there, that will get executed. So here in this case we have good morning. Let's see if good morning is getting executed. You're able to see that, right? So now I'll come to the actual concept. Okay, this is actually a function. This we have a separate topic, we'll discuss about that, but right now try to understand uh, how are we calling the function. See, now what I'll do here is that this is called as a function level scope, what you're seeing from line number 3 to 6. Okay, now what I'll do here is this one good morning, I'll write that in a if condition. I'll write another if condition here. Okay, I'll write one if condition here. Then inside the if condition, I'll write this good morning. Let a equal to good morning. And here I'll provide some condition. Let's say true. True means the condition is true. So you should be able to get the output. And here I'll replace with var, see the output. Replace with let, see the output. Replace with const, see the output. So basically, levels can be what? So you can have functional level and you can have block level. Functional level, comma block level. Okay, So here, what you're seeing from line number 3 to line number 11 is a functional level scope. This we call it as functional level scope. Okay, and what you're seeing from line number 6 to line number 9 is your block level scope. Okay, this is your block level scope, and this is your functional level scope. Line number 3 to line number 11, this is your function level scope, and this line number 6 to line number 9 is line number 8. This is your block level scope. Block means a small one. Okay, it is like if you consider like function level like a country, this if you consider like a country, inside country you'll have a state. This is like a state, right? Like that. Okay, now what I'm trying to do here is I'm checking. Okay, so what we are doing is we are checking whether whether keywords, which keywords, where, let, and const are at functional level. Okay, functional level scope, or at block level scope. So we need to check, okay, whether they are at functional level scope or block level scope. Okay, so now how do we come to know whether it is functional level scope or block level scope? So first declare some value inside a condition. Like this I've declared it. Now let me try with var. First let me declare the keyword var, okay, next to the variable. See where you have declared this value, var value, inside the block, right? Inside the block you have declared this value. Okay, and purposefully I've written this console.log outside the block. Okay, this is outside the block. This is outside this if block. Okay, this is outside this if block. So like this I'm trying to access it. Now if I get the output, then I should come to a conclusion that okay, where is at a functional level, where is a functional level scope. I need to come to a conclusion. Why? Because we're trying to access this from a functional level, right? So where are you accessing it? This console.log belong to the function. This console.log of a belongs to this particular function, test function, it belongs. Then this thing belong to the block level. Okay, so now what we are trying to do here is you're trying to access the variable from a functional level. See this variable a is at block level and you're trying to access that from a functional level. Is it possible? That's the question. So now let me run this. Let's see if we're getting the output. Yes, we are able to get the output. That means where is at what scope? Where is at functional level scope? Functional level scope. Where will have is at our where is having functional level scope. We can say functional level scope means you declare it anywhere, you will still be able to access it. If you declare the variable with var no, throughout the function anywhere, you can write a print statement, then you can access it. That's what it means. So whenever you declare a keyword var next to the variable, okay, you can access this variable within the function anywhere. Okay, or within the block also you can access like this. You want to access like this will also work fine, no issues. See like this, you print it here, one brace got missed. Okay, this will also work. This is purely a block level scope. Okay, but this is not what I wanted to check. I wanted to check whether it is at a functional level or at a block level. This will work fine for everything, var, let, and const. But what I want to check is if I try to access this variable from a function level, whether it will work fine or not. In this case, I was able to get the output. Good morning, you are able to get the output. See here. That means var is having functional level scope. Correct. Now let us do it for let. Now I declared let keyword. Now try to access it. Let me run this now. So you're getting a error message. Okay. So when you declare let keyword, you're getting an error message. Okay. So what if I declare this print statement here in the case of let? Now let me run this. So are you getting the output? Yes, you're getting the output. Means what? This is a block level, guys. Means you will be able to access the variable within this block only. Means let is having only block level scope. Outside this block, it will not allow you to access. Okay, let is having a what? Block level scope. Outside this particular block, it will not allow you to access the variable. It is providing the type safety for that particular variable. Okay, so we are coming to a conclusion that let is having block level scope, block level scope, block level scope. Okay, means function level you cannot access the variable. Okay, see like this. If you are trying to access from a functional level, see this now console.log belongs to function level. Try to access it, you will get an error message, right? So it's not allowing you. So now let's try with const. So const I'm declaring it next to the variable a. Now let's see if const I can access from a functional level or not. This is at a functional level I'm trying to access this variable. Is it possible? Let's see. Let me run this. See, you are getting the error message again. Okay, it's not defined, it says. You're getting an error message. Okay, what if I try to access from a block level? Within the block I can try to access, yes or no? Yes, block level will allow for everything. Now run this. Now you're able to see the output. Right, see block level, where also you can access, let also you can access, const also you can access. Like this in a block level you can access everything. But functional level, which one is allowing? Only where is allowing to access the variable at a functional level. Okay, so let and const is not allowing. So I'll mention like const is having block level scope. Okay, functional level not allowed. Functional level, okay, cannot access variable from a functional level. I can mention like that. Cannot access variable from a functional level. Same thing for let also. Okay, cannot access variable from a functional level. So where is having functional level scope? In bracket I'll mention that. Okay, um, it can access block level as well. So block level also it will having the access and functional level also. Okay, so where even block level also you can access, functional level also you can access. Let only from a block level. Let and const only from a block level. See here only you need to declare it. Within this block only. This is the block. If condition what you're saying, this is the block. Within this block only you need to access it. Hmm. So outside this, let and const will not allow. See, you're writing like this. You're trying to access for const. You will not be able to see the output. Same thing with respect to let also. You will not see the output. And also you can see this A is graded out. It says A is declared, but its value is never read. So it will not allow you to access from a functional. But if you see for var, now this okay, now this A is not graded out. It will allow you to access. In the case of var, you will see the output. So absolutely no issues with it. Okay, that is the levels, guys. So which is having functional level, which is having block level. So where is having functional level means it is having the scope. You declare the variable anywhere throughout the function level block, anywhere you can access it. Let and const is having the limitations. Only in a block only you can access it. Function level you cannot go with it. Okay, so levels if you discuss, this is access is with functional level. That's what we discussed. Where then let us having the limitation access within block level only, and const also is having limitation access within block level only. So these are the three differences between var, let and const. Okay, and yeah, and if you observe these keywords no, so where we can say that this is less strict. Okay, it is if you observe var no, everything it is allowed, almost everything. You are seeing that redeclaration it is allowing, reinitialization it is allowing, hoisting it is allowing, and you no providing the value initially also is not mandatory. You can provide no declaration first, initialization later, then access it. That also it is allowing. Hmm. And then access is it with the function level. There is no type safety also with var keyword. So usually the keywords, if they are block level, it is good. You're adding a type safety for the variable. But where is less strict, we can say, or less or no strict. It's not at all strict in fact. Okay, so it is allowing everything. So it's not good. It's not good. Now when it comes to const, no, see const is very strict actually. Const keyword is very strict. You can see that. Okay, you can practice this once and see. Redeclaration it is not allowed. Okay, redeclaration you cannot allow. It is not allowed. Reinitialization also it is not allowed. Hoisting also it is not allowed. Okay, so many things it is not allowing. And then assigning the value initially, it's mandatory also. That also it is strict. Like first line only you need to provide the value. And then access is with block level. Okay, it is you cannot access the value at a functional level also. So many things it is not allowing, right? It is very strict. But when it comes to let, no, it is very balanced. It is very balanced. Okay, so it is actually following the proper protocols. Okay, so where you need to redeclare, it is redeclaring. No, which one it has to access, it is accessing. Which does not require, it is not allowing the access. So when it comes to redeclaration, it is not allowing, which is a good thing. Okay, redeclaration should not be done every time. Very good. Then coming to reinitialization, it is mandatory. Values will keep on changing. Variable values will keep on changing. It is allowing. Very good. Then coming to hoisting, not allowed. Fine. Hoisting is not required also in testing. Not allowed. Yes, it is following that. Then assigning value initially, it is not mandatory. So here it is lenient. Okay, so you can declare it first, then initialize it, then you can access it. Okay, that also it is not mandatory. It's a good thing again. Then access within block level. Now it is adding the type safety also. Correct. So variable it is adding the type safety also. So you can come to a conclusion that var is very balanced. Okay, it is very balanced. Okay, and recommended. Okay, it is very much recommended. And const when you use, no, see for the reinitialization part, just observe. If you want to make your variable fixed, only then go with this. Okay, if you want to make the variable fixed, only then you go with const. In player you'll see this const when you want to make your variable fixed. Only that case you will go with const. Otherwise, we will everywhere will use let only. Okay, so that is about the keyword differences, guys.